everyone. I hope everybody is having a great time. It's a rather positive reading this month, I have to say. Very, very pleasantly surprised. I know it may not seem that way with everything in the world, but we can make a difference for ourselves. And this was the type of reading that most definitely points to that. And well, I'll just get right into it. I'll explain a little bit how I do the reading. I do the reading on Substack. I will link the article, the full article, below in the comments. And there are 5 runes. And in this preview, I only ever do the central rune, which is then aspected by 4 other runes. Well, aspected by 2 runes, let's say. The one above is the world, how the world may be influencing us, or how we may even be influencing the world. And then below is what comes from the roots of the tree, the ancestors, the intuition, whatever name you may give it. That's from which we come. And I do commonly associate that with ancestors. Now, the central rune, interestingly, the exact same one that we got last month, urus. And somebody commented this on YouTube, that they always associate this rune with Audumla. And I commented that I do the same. Well, one of the cats wants to get in. I'm gonna let her in. Sure. Okay. Right. Sorry about that. We have a cameo appearance. Okay, so what was I saying? Urus. So it's upside down, not upside down. So that's always positive and encouraging. So the person on YouTube commented that that they associate this rune with Audumla. I'm sorry, I just forgot your name. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but said, yeah, me too, because Fehu, well, there are plenty of people that associate Audumla with Fehu, and I can understand why, because cattle, cow, Audumla, the primordial cow. But I've always considered Fehu to be more cattle in general, multiple. Also because Fehu, it sounds a bit like V in Dutch, and Dutch is a language that stems from Proto-Germanic. So it sounds a lot like cattle to multiple. It's a bit of a tangent, but urus being that which holds every shape, the force that fed Ymir, from whose body the world was created. Ymir grew large on Audumla's milk, and so did his son. And this large body eventually became the entire world and everything we know in it. Audumla licked a stone until it became the shape of a man, from which Buri emerged. Buri, who is the progenitor of the Aesir. Now, Audumla was what fed everything, the strength that it needed to become more than what it was before. And in practical terms, this may mean that this month may be one of great strength for many. What that means in the wider world, well, that's anyone's guess. And it's generally not wise to make specific predictions about geopolitics with runes, because at the end of the day, they are a magic tool and a system, and we should be careful about speaking reality or the future into existence, especially if those words are unfavorable towards ourselves and our loved ones, our dear ones. And also because this goes online, I know I have a very small channel, but it's still more people to which this will spread than if I make predictions. So it's a bit of a safety precaution in that sense. Reality is but in the eye of the observer. So in our personal lives, this may be a month in which we feel, in which we do well if we are into physical activities. And not just physically that we may feel stronger, but also emotionally and psychologically. And then naturally, this translates to spirituality as well, which, especially in the physical case, it may be tempting to throw our weight into the scale to tip them in our favor. But it's unfortunate that because it's such a physical rune, urus, that this may also be so with physical altercations. So be careful with that. Tempers may flare. It may not just be you who feels that way, but also the people around you, whether you know them or you don't know them. Um, Especially if you don't know them, strangers that you meet on the street, they may be feeling more bravado than usual, which can translate in road rage or people bumping into you in public spaces, especially because one of the runes aspecting Urus, while upright, does point to flaring tempers. We may be particularly stubborn, which is a great thing if you have long term projects or if you have to work with our hands. It's a fantastic energy to use if you like building things or gardening. That's why I'm sitting here in my Eskimo outfit right now, because I've been gardening for 2 days straight, working in the garden, and now I'm cold because I'm sitting down. But anyway, for men, this may translate into virility, which is a normal thing because spring is around the corner and plenty of animals, humans included, start to feel more frisky than usual around this time. Depending on where you are in the world, you may even start to see the first signs of spring. Definitely here. We have already butterflies everywhere, flowers coming up. It's amazing. So you see life bursting from the darkness, living form. Insects, they will start to buzz around and everything is just going to start to feel more lively, which is truly a very beautiful expression of Urus. It's the strength of life, health, and vitality. And I really, really hope that you will be able to apply this in your personal life, reap the benefits of it, that you may feel this. But of course, it comes with the caveat that the likeliness for physical altercations is heightened. So be careful with that. Don't get into trouble. It's usually not worth it. So thank you very much for listening, for being here with me. I very much appreciate it. And may you walk with the gods.